Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Entrepreneur Middle East. We're here at GITEX and we've just come to a very special booth at HCLTech, and with me is an even more special guest. It's Vineet Shukla. He is the business head at HCLTech Middle East. What a pleasure meeting you, and thank you so much for this interview. How's everything?
Pleasure meeting you as well, and thanks for the opportunity. Everything's great. The mood is fantastic, and the event is great, and great to be talking to you here.
Amazing, amazing. So my first question for you, obviously, I want you to tell me a little bit about HCL. How are you guys doing here in the region? What sort of things can you tell us when it comes to that entire ecosystem, let's say, that you're building here?
Yeah, I would love to talk about it. This is so. We Middle East is a focused region for HCL Technologies, right? We are we are well invested. We have got a strong regional presence in the region. We are present in UAE, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Qatar, pretty much most of the countries here in the Gulf Cooperation Council, GCC, and we continue to invest in the region in a big way. What we see is a great booming economy with respect to it's a digital economy. It's probably only a few places in the world where we see a ministry of AI or an AI ministry.
I wanted to say we're so supported here by the government when it comes to AI, digitalization in general, entrepreneurship.
So I think everything that we do is we find some great support from the wider ecosystem, right, which is essentially driven from that particular mandate that we have from the government, and that really helps in essentially helping us, helping our clients, which is what is which is making us successful in the region.
100%. Now, tell me, I believe that in order to be successful these days, we have to use the term AI, and we have to talk about it. And this entire, GITEX concept this year is just to see how are all these companies implementing AI. So tell me a little bit about AI, how you guys are, implementing it onto your entire ecosystem that you're building.
Yeah, if you look at, you're right. I think everybody is talking about AI, right, and there's so much happening around it. I think we take a very, very pragmatic view to, AI. I think, when we look at AI, we take a very long-term view as well, right? So we believe that, and for achieving that long-term view, what means is that we have to disrupt parts of our revenue base as well to get to that particular long-term view. We are essentially, game for that.
Right.
We are essentially transitioning very quickly from a people-centric model to a very, very AI-infused augmented model with human in the loop. So I think that's pretty much the philosophy, right? That AI has to be the centerpiece, but keeping human in the loop, right? And there's just so much of investments that we have done in AI over the years in our IP.
You've already started before.
Oh, yeah. I think, we pretty much started.
You were ahead of the game.
Oh, yeah. We were well ahead of the game. I think we've got an engineering DNA, and by virtue of that, there were investments being made for the last almost, a decade.
Okay.
And that puts us into a very strong footing when it comes to, the entire AI play. And we are now bringing all of that IP for our clients and setting them up for success.
Amazing, amazing. And we wish you the best of luck in that. Now, before we finish our interview, I have a couple of trivia question cards for you.
Oh.
You got to pick one, read the question and answer on the spot. I promise they're fine. It's nothing too scary.
Okay.
So what is your question?
It says, will AI take more jobs than it creates?
Guys, is the $1 million question.
Okay. No, I think the I think the answer is an emphatic no. AI, will definitely create more jobs than what it'll take, right? Whenever and I've heard of this particular question before as well, and in the past, I think, I would like to kind of compare it with when we transition into the industrial age, because I think
Very good metaphor for it, yes.
I think, that was a time when everybody was talking about, what factories coming up, people losing jobs and stuff like that, but look what it has done, it just created a very different profile of jobs, in the economy and in the world, essentially, right? It essentially made sure that the standards of living went up for everyone, the life became easier for everyone, and I think people found more time for themselves, and I think that is what it's going to happen, and so it's going to create a very different economy, and we are grateful to be in a place who are who are going to be, supercharge that and, power that particular digital
100%,
economy.
100%. Like people went from riding horses to driving cars, and it did happen at a certain point. We went from changing kettles to actually having electricity.
Absolutely, you're bang on.
100%, I agree with you, and I feel like the main thing in all of this is that for people need to be educated for it. They need to be well trained because we fear what we don't know,
Absolutely.
and if we don't know of it, like most of the rest of the world,
Exactly.
they're not on the level that we're here when it comes to AI.
Absolutely.
But this is why we love listening to experts like you. And thank you so much for this interview today, really.
My pleasure.
Pleasure speaking to you, and we wish HCL and you the best of luck.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you
Pleasure
so
having me.
much.
Thank you.